Hello. Welcome to Zoom, everybody. How we all doing today? What we got in here? Wow. A whole crew. Hope everybody's doing well. Hello. Jeffy, Dork, Maximilian, Eris, Fornia. Jeffy, Jemmy. Hey, Jemmy. Haven't seen you in a little while. DC Barka. Hello. Zaran Lol. Maximilian, Rouge Guy. Eliznick. Ostriker. Dodecalope. Oh, Decalope feeling under the weather? Well, I hope you get well soon. Gemmafold. NSF. DOS. I hope you're doing well too, DOS. Guys here. Company. Patton's bailing out for the VOD. Kindergarten Kid. Celestial Narwhal. Mizroy. Mir. Renew. Did I miss anybody? Hello, Joey Jojo. Yeah, we're just seeing who's here and present. Who's ready for some Zoom. How you feeling, Doric? By the way, big launch tomorrow. That's exciting. I hope you're taking care of yourself, you know. Maybe treat yourself to pre-ordering some lunch or something tomorrow because you might be in the thick of it. And forget to eat. That's my trope, my pro tip. I feel you're going to shit your pants. You're going to do great. It's going to be fine. Make sure you take a moment to yourself and just think about how you're feeling, you know? Take a moment to appreciate it because it's a time that comes rarely and it's magical. So, best of luck. We'll all be rooting for you. Where the fuck is Abzu? Hey, Salty. Thank you. I panned around a little bit. And realized there's some bits where I haven't done homework. So, like, it's entirely possible that it's like, oh, that was at Abzu's cool room the whole time. Yeah, you know, I never played Abzu. It's beautiful, but that's the Journey folks, right? And I do enjoy Journey quite a bit. Yeah, kick ass, Jeffy. Yeah, if you've got the page up, throw the link in here just in case anybody else doesn't have it wish listed for tomorrow. Hey, Eric here, and worse, hello. Sinchara Sitchin, silly music on what Abzu actually is. Yeah, there you go. Dungeon Gals. Hit that up. Hey, Wiz. Hope you're doing well. Oh, but it might be... Oh, okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Okay. New Vampires. Oh, is that the dungeon crawl one? Like the first person one? Hey, Eth. We're getting ready. How's audio volume? Is that music ducking okay? It's a little bit loud for me, so I'll pop it down a scotch. Seems like it's okay. Ducking fine. Gaussian Storm. Thank you so much. Well, yeah, get on it. Crank that shit to 2x speed. Vampire crawlers. Yeah, Gaussian. We'll see you when you catch up. Take care. The Pathless. Oh yeah, is that like... It's like a sort of, I want to say skateboarding sort of game. It's not, but it's got that sort of vibe. You're like, it's momentum based and you're like doing archery or something. Game seemed cool.
Yeah, so there's some spots where we need to do homework.
because we're delinquent in that sense. I shouldn't say we. I won't use the academic we when you are not at fault, you know. We make the map together. I make the mistakes. You've got every soundtrack on vinyl, it seems like, Jemmy. But there's definitely some spots where we haven't written down names, and it's entirely possible that that's the place where Abzu is. I also thought maybe, like, God of Destruction facing west, and I was like, oh, there's got to be someone over on the east that has something to do with the opposite of that, or the west that's the opposite of that, right? Wait, yeah, hold on. Guards the west. So if it's facing to the east, for some reason I was like, yeah, guards the east side of Immortal Battlefield. But maybe there is something to, like, going out this way then? Yeah, I'm going to blaze through it right before class starts. Don't tell teacher. Yeah, let's just jump right into it and start. Load. There we go. Immortal Battlefield to start makes sense because we can go talk to our good friend Malbrook. Yeah, wrong tab combo. Sorry. I don't know how to. I've never used the Steam overlay. Hey, Deadster. Yes, our girlfriend, our collective girlfriend. How was the weekend? It was pretty good. Oops, am I going the right way? No, I'm in fact going very much the wrong way, but I think I can correct this. I think there might be a sort of an annoying jump to take. My weekend was not bad. What did I do? Hold on. Let me think about that for a second. Work on training my short-term memory. See if I can remember what I did. I think I went for a walk. That was nice. Did some chores. I went to the doctor yesterday. I finally have a family doctor. Can you believe? And I got prescribed something for my sniff to see if maybe, this is an experimental run. We don't care about hit points. We just care about getting over here. To see if maybe I have some sort of nasal problem. Hey, Dronon. Okay, yeah, so you are the opposite. You are Varuna, Indian mythology. Varuna, guardian of death, and Terminus guards the westerly direction that they're associated with. So what if we went over here? Is there anything over here that is the opposite of that? Hey, Lily, how's it going? We're doing homework in spots. So this is just labeled cavern. Okay. That is not helpful. I was hoping for Abzu's cool cavern. But I'll take it down all the same. Actually, I don't know is this the area name or the zone name, like the field name or the room name, I wonder. Yeah, doing my zone work. this has nothing to do with that, right? This was just our, oh yeah, specialized software. That was the one that gave us soul. And this we don't. There's got to be, there's some sort of special type of key. Yeah, heart-crested garb key. I love that you can still just barely hear the music. What is this called? Cliff. Maybe Cliff is short for Abzu. No? Well. Goodbye. That would be annoying. That would be a confusing moment. Maybe a splash? Well, if it was a splash, it might be Abzu and it's pure waters or whatever. But it is in fact not. I'm basically 200% sure this is just called Vritra's room. So let's lower the priority on that. Oh yeah, this. I don't think we labeled this. And this is a candidate for being an Abzu because despite it being right next to the Bromputer, it's a big scrolling zone. It's a big empty space, which would be a place to put scannables, right? Like big background statue art, you know? So let's go check that out. The easiest way to get there, how do you angle your blue tube? Down and to the left. I scheduled some blued work. Check my blued for all the things that can be wrong with it. Wee boom. Okay. Hey. Ah. I'm so thrilled. Instincts pay off. Maybe. No, it only decided to show up once we looked here. Room names. Okay, that is good. I was thinking that it's just like, actually it's a real trick. Find an Abzu. You know, it only shows up if you have things configured just right. Where are you? That's got to be you up there. Well, listen, have I got an egg for you? Let's see if we can predict the color, shall we? Hey, Bomi, thank you. Thank you, and we will. Clear water. I'm going to say light blue. Egg. Look at that. homework here. And because we found the answer, we don't need to do any of our other homework. That's how that works. Hey! What even hit me? Was it it was an errant bone. What? Abzu mural. Sumerian mythology. Freshwater sea within chaos, from which the various gods of the Sumerian pantheon were born. See, if I had known Abzu was Sumerian, maybe I could have found other Sumerian references and known that that was in Eternal Chaos. But I wouldn't have associated it with this area, which is not very waterful. I mean, I guess there's water at the bottom, but it's all poisoned. Anyway, good stuff. I wonder. God, this thing right here bothers me so much. Sumerian, Persian, Chinese, and hell. Okay. Yeah, it's a real melange in La-Mulana too, it seems. Ah, I see. Yes. It can be, it's really, wow. Hints can come from very innocuous, innocent places, it seems like. Hey, Chloe, I think that was our last egg. I think we egged our last egg. But let's go talk to the Bromputer and see if that's the case. Here, right? Which is just like 2 screens away as the crow flies. Yeah, look at that. Now, are these scannable now? No. All right. The Bromputer, yeah. Okay, Bromputer. Hello, Bromputer. What are we going to do? I'm a little torn here because oh, hey, Egrets. I have some bad news for you. I mean, Zelpod literally corrupted La-Mulana for the purposes of tourism and capitalism. But merchants extorting poor explorers like us have reached the depths of Eglana. I mean, we did get a pretty good discount on that music ROM. Once we got the, what was it, the harp? Okay, so yeah, the what is it called? The music app has recordings in it, and there's a puzzle associated with that. Yeah, that's right, Doric. Now that's corrupted by capitalism. Quick, play every song. maybe we'll go out on every song. So here's my thinking with the puzzle here is I don't want to say obvious answer, but the answer that leaps out to me most is gold is the most virtuous. We are told, we just found Abzu. I went through the notes or the map just before the stream started, and I was panning around and being like, are there any places that are called like Abzu's Cool Zone or are unlabeled because I'm a bad boy and I didn't do my homework? And lo and behold, there was a vertical place that we haven't been to in a while that was unlabeled. Prime candidate for Abzu's Cool Place, and it turns out it was. Abzu's Ziggurat or something. A-type switch. It's going well. We're already kicking off some progress, and I'm talking this through because the answer that is front of mind is that gold is the most virtuous, and your virtue is measured by the number of hooves you have. So most hooves, most virtue, gold. So gold would be 4 hooves, right? And then 3 hooves is silver, 2 is, it's not bronze, it's copper, and then 1 I think is steel. Right. Let's review the notes, and I'll walk through my understanding of it. That sounds like a perfect solution to the problem, or the puzzle. The problem is that's weirdly the most straightforward representation. It's just from left to right and rotate the thing each time. So I don't know what's going on. You have 3 hooves because your head says 0.5 hooves. 1, 0.5, 0.5. Oh, I didn't have the map when I entered the room, right? And then forgot about it, and then this play. I mean, I don't want to say that's clever. Well, I think it is clever design to have the spot that you sort of least suspect, because it's near the beginning of the area, be where you eventually need to go. Okay, so where is it? Sorry, I'm trying to find all the puzzle bits we had. Oh yeah, metal. So, right. Gold. Yeah, gold is when all virtue is overflowing. Silver is virtue declining. And then virtue and sin being in balance is less than that in turn. And then finally, virtue disappeared, replaced by conflict and despair. It sounds like the fourth state, right? So the order then would be gold, silver, copper, steel. And if the order is gold, silver, copper, steel, then it's Satya, Tretra, Dvapara, and Kali, which I think is just the order that they show up here, which is baffling to me. Let's make sure we can... Satya, Treta. Like, I don't want to mess this up. I want to be able to do it in one, right? Which is maybe ambitious of me. Hey, Nox. So what we're going to do is we're going to double check before we do it, right? We're going to... Satya Yuga is Age of Blessing, okay? Blessing is the Lotus, and Satya Yuga is also the Gold Age. Well, that's interesting. It seems like we almost skipped a step there. Satya Yuga is the Gold Age. Gold, it's told us immediately. So we can, because this is all in one unit here, or maybe I might have consolidated things. Maybe these are not separate notes. So Lotus is Blessing. Satya Yuga is the Gold Age. You know what? I'm going to trust myself. I think we did a good job figuring it out. Let's at least try this. Yeah, this would be a good spot for an unexpected wheat shortage. So let's see. Gold is the most hooves, which is this state right here. So let's try that. Okay, it's still a skull. Don't like that. I was hoping for something else to happen. This is 3, which is fewer. So we're going to say that that's silver, less virtue. And this is Treta Yuga, which is silver. This is 2, which is Age of Tolerance, which is copper. And then finally, You're counting hooves to find out how much virtue you have. This is the least number of hooves and therefore the least amount of virtue. I wish there was one where there were no hooves because it says there was no virtue. And this is steel, which is Kali. I swear to God, if nothing happens. All right. Well, I got nothing. We're not supposed to egg again. No, we're not supposed to battery again. All right. That was my only and best guess, right? The only other thing that I could do is the exact opposite of what I just did, where one hoof is more virtue, which seems counterintuitive. What if can we scan these? No. Blessing, belief. Hey, how's it going? I actually checked something. Do you prefer to be called, I'm checking, Lizzie? Is that right? We're trying to solve some puzzles. Lizzie and Ellie are both completely fine. Okay, good to know. Thank you. Okay, back to square one. We didn't actually. I didn't do my homework off stream. I did it at the beginning of the stream. We checked. I had a list of places to check, and this was the second one. First one was the long cavern sticking off the side of thingy, Immortal Battlefield, and the second one was this one. So, what am I doing wrong here? Is it possible? Is it possible the lasers can be configured? Because they look like they could be rotated, right? And maybe I need to construct things correctly. Like, hold on, let's see here. The lights are associated with the creation mythos, right? Oh, we egged upon Abzu. And that was the blue one. Purple. Ymir is yellow. I'm just wondering if there's some sort of like, we can't rotate them with odor eaters, can we? No. And it's not one of these sorts of puzzles. Bounce the laser sort of puzzles. The age of firm belief, I appreciate it. Okay, I want to try something. I want to try what happens if you leave and come back. Because we wasted some... Yeah, okay, it resets. So we just wasted, a bunch of weights, that's all. It's not... The other game that had some weights in it, it was like a one and done thing, right? You either got that flail whip or whatever it was or not. But this is critical path, it would seem... And so we're not going to be locked out of it. So, unceremoniously. Okay. So the laser light show is pretty, but does it mean anything? Right? Like the whole idea of I'm mapping 5 onto 4 is just there's one laser for each plinth, except for two lasers which happen to point to the same one, which is a little bit weird because it's red. And red and yellow seem to just be making yellow. There are 4 lights. There sure are. I mean, there are 5. But don't let the Cardassians hear me say that. Well, let's look at the ox hoof thing, because maybe it is the other way around. Hey, Dirk. Okay, let's make sure our logic is sound here. This one, let's just start with, oops, let's just start with this. The Satya Yuga, that which represents the age of blessing. Okay. The Padma lotus begets blessing, right? So Padma lotus is associated with blessing, and blessing is associated with Satya, and the Satya Yuga is associated with the gold age when all virtue is overflowing. So I think the thing that is confusing to me is that it's skipping some information here. It's going right from Satya Yuga, which is just listed on the plinth, and goes right to gold. And I guess the thing that you don't know is what order these are supposed to go in, right? Because gold is when all virtue is overflowing. What else do we know about virtue? Yeah, the other thing, like virtue and sin in balance, like hooves that are there and hooves that aren't there are in balance with 2, right? So that would make sense for the third, counting down from 4. Yeah, I've got it duplicated a bunch. Yeah, virtue is measured akin to a number of ox hooves. Yeah, I'm back up at the top now. Uh-oh, folks. I think we're back in that situation where I think I've solved the puzzle, but I haven't. I've either overthought something or I've missed something. Ruh-roh, indeed. So it's possible that I need to do some extra thing, like show the egg to the right spot or something like that. Because there's not a lot of, aside from the Disco Laser Show, which admittedly is pretty significant, there's not a whole lot of acknowledgement happening here. Stream alive? Stream dead? Stream fine? Okay, good. Yeah, we're in that quantum state. I can't just yeah, yes. I don't show my egg to just anybody. Akin to a number of ox hooves. Well, okay, what else do we know about oxes? Oxen. Virtue is measured akin to a number of ox hooves. I mean, that doesn't necessarily state empirically or explicitly that more virtue is more oxhoof. It just says it's measured, like how good you are at golf is measured akin to a number of strokes. So it could be that it's the other way around, but I don't like that as much. That's all we know about oxen. Maybe we can try it the other way around. I don't like it. So that would be this. So this is 3. Wait, no. This is 2. And the most virtue of all is when you have only one hoof and nothing. Okay, good. I'm glad. I didn't want that to be the solution. I wonder, these are different skulls, right? Can I manipulate the lasers at all? Like they don't get activated with batteries. They're not even scannable, which makes me think that no, you cannot. Yeah, I know. There's nothing that suggests mantras are involved here, really. Well, is that a Freudian slip there, Doric? Yeah, like nothing suggests that we're supposed to be shouting anything in particular here, right? There is the whole like life chaos, death, water, battle chaos. Like there's specific words that are highlighted in these. Life chaos, death, water, battle chaos, fight, lives, or lives. Even after their lives are exhausted. Are y'all familiar with the term local minima? It's in a decision space or like a puzzle solving space or whatever. It is a place that you gravitate towards because it is the best solution from any point that you can see. Yeah, exactly. Hill climbing. In a calculus sense. Yeah. And so the problem right now is that I am firmly cemented in a local minima. I guess we're not hill climbing, Lily. We're doing descent because for some reason in computer science, 0 is best for some reason. I guess you're like minimizing error or something. I don't know. Anyway, local maxima, if we prefer that way. Yeah, you're trying to get to the top of a hill. And your decision is wherever I am, I'm just going to walk up the hill. And that works great if there's one hill. But if there's multiple peaks, then you might find yourself stuck at the top of a smaller hill. And that's where we are right now. Lumisophis is happy. Yeah, just pushing this egg up a hill. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, energy levels in chemistry, same sort of thing, right? And so we need to think outside the box. I need to. And the way that you do that is, there's one way of doing it is something called simulated annealing, which is a very fun analogy where you think of the decision space as like molten steel, and you get it really, really hot, meaning that when you make decisions, you jump big. You go to some really out there, possibly completely unrelated part of the decision space. And if it's better, then you're like, okay, let's cool down just a little bit and keep hopping around. And statistically, I guess, depending on the scenario, that will find you a better solution. Exactly. So what I need to do is set myself on fire. All of which is to say, I think I am going to continuously come back to this solution, which I now want to double check because it seems like it is correct, except for maybe execution. Like maybe I did something wrong. Like is okay. Let's spot check here. Dvapara is the age of copper. Okay. So let's move this over here because Dvapara is completely attached to copper. Okay. When disaster, rot from virtue and sin are in balance. Okay. Let's add another thing here. So virtue versus sin. I'm going to say that that's 0. Okay. And then copper. What do we know about copper? Nothing. That's actually a dead end there. But we do know that they're in balance. Okay. Prayer beads. I gotta write this down because it's bothering me a little bit. If I was making this puzzle, let's say, which I'm not, I would have a thing that's like, you have different elements, right? I saw the alert first from Egrets. Egrets looking into the future, seeing that there are birds incoming. Hey, baby answer. How's it going? Thank you so much for the raid. Come in, everybody. Yeah, exactly. A little bird told me. Several birds, in fact. Some of them. Hi, welcome all. We're working on La-Mulana. We're going through our notes, as we always seem to be, and double checking what it is that we do and do not know. What were you up to? I saw you were playing some Tetris earlier, but also I was tuning in when you were playing DCS or something like that, and I find the pilot stuff so soothing because you sound so efficient. It's like, competence incarnate, You're playing, X-Wing from 1993. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, like, there's language that is happening that communicates to me absolutely nothing aside from the fact that you know what you're doing. And that to me is everything, right? Like scope check, Niner, guns. It's fun. Hey, actually, maybe you can tell me something. What does Roger mean? I heard you. And does Wilco mean like will comply? Is that what it's short for? I don't actually know. I'm guessing at this point. What was I going to do here? I'm going to write down. Oh, I have that right. Yes. Okay. Wilco's will comply. Okay, got it. R for received. Got it. All right. See, I could fly a plane, It's a throttle, stick, yoke. Spin the propeller on the front to get it started. I know that's a thing. Yes, the protagonist of Space Quest. You would teach me to fly planes? That sounds like a lot of fun. I feel like I would explode, but you know what? I think that's part of the fun, right? Roger and ack, like ack as in acknowledged. Exploding is welcome, making fire is good. Yeah, I couldn't help but notice at least one time you were like, landing, perfect helicopter landing. Everything's great, we win. And then you're just like, oopsie daisy. Can I land a plane? I don't know about that. Boing. So, let's do a little puzzle design here. Yeah, we got a good crowd in here. Thanks in no small part to contributions such as yourself. Bringing your folks in, right? So I appreciate it. Thank you. Come join us in the air. Oh, I'm just little though. That does sound like it would be a good time. I feel I don't know if I've got the that sort of I said the what is it competency sort of enjoyment, ASMR but for competency. I wonder how much of a what do you call it, a wrench in that machinery I would throw. Ancient Chaos music is good. Right. Not even starting with competency. Well, that's even better. That's the journey from incompetency to explosions to competency. That sounds like a good time. So the thing that I'm trying to communicate here, it's learned and earned, right? Yeah, that's good. I mean, you know what? Not too terribly dissimilar from something like La-Mulana. Start out, get crushed all the time, and later you get crushed all the time, but also you solve some puzzles. You feel good about it. The idea that I'm trying to communicate here, oh hey Ash, is the way that I feel like this puzzle should work, or like could work in one version, is that let's say there is a piece of information that associates a symbol with an age. I mean, we have that, right? We have the wheels, you know? Hold on, I just had a thought. There's those rotating wheels, and we never really figured out what's going on with those. So let me just make a note. I'll just draw the weird wheel thing here to remind myself, because this is a hanging thread for us. But yeah, let's say we have, like the symbols were associated with the ages, and somewhere else you find, let's see, how does it do it here? An age associated with a metal. And then the metals are associated with virtue levels, or maybe the metals are associated with the blessing, and the blessings are associated with the virtue level. And then the virtue level is your ordering, and your job is to put the symbols in the right order, right? And you have this sort of like path that you follow as an archaeologist, and you literally connect the dots, and you go from one to the other. And I feel like we're missing a step, because as far as I can see, we have yugas directly associated with metals, and the metals are associated with a virtue level. And we're making a guess as to the virtue levels being 4 being the most, going all the way down to 1, which is also the number of hooves you have. And we're missing some stuff there, right? Yeah, like this doesn't really involve like the beads or whatever, And so I feel like I'm missing something. If there was more information about the colors, then I would suspect that there's something to do with, arranging the lasers differently. I had a thought that maybe the position that you show them the egg determines the direction that the colored gas flies off, which determines how the lasers shoot. But I really hope that's not the case. All right, Nene, have a good night. That is, I mean, I assume you're also like Finland or thereabouts, perhaps. But have a good night. Thanks for dropping in. Oh, in Wales. Oh, awesome. Okay, yeah. Oh, right. That makes sense. Almost 8 o'clock, which means you'd be like BST or you. Whatever it is, UTF, Universal Coordinated Time 0. So anyway, yes, midnight. Get some sleep. We'll talk to you next time. So this means that unless I'm missing something, the begotten blessing, such as belief, tolerance, worldly desires, or whatever, is not really there. No, same time zone though. No time zone, or same time zone. but Atlantic Canada shares a time zone with Eastern Brazil. I think. Is it Eastern Brazil? Pretty sure. Maybe all of Brazil? Help me out here. Brazil's very big. I would be surprised if it had one time zone. So yeah, let's follow this thread a little bit, because let's see if, like, how is worldly desires. So yeah, the symbol, for instance, the prayer beads, is associated with the blessing begotten. And also, simultaneously, like, these are all one and the same. The two words. Hey, Skipper, yeah. Because I had what I thought was a solution, but it just didn't work. And now I'm trying to, like, pick it apart to find out where the, like, puzzle pieces that I'm leaving on the floor are. Because what we did was we have an association between the yuga and the metal and a virtue level, right? And in fact, we get the virtue levels. Sorry, this is a huge mess, and it bothers me, and I'm sure it bothers you too. The yuga, like Satya Yuga, when all virtue is overflowing, this is all actually one and the same as well, right? These are presented as a unit. Turning on, listen, if I could turn my brain off and on again, I'd do it more often. Think that's called sleeping? Yeah. Well, I mean, I went to the doctor and I was like, I sometimes feel like I have a hard time breathing, and sometimes I use, like, nose strips, like, to help open up my nasal passages. And the doctor asked, "Do you nap?" I said, "Well, yeah, sometimes. I get tired in the afternoon." They're like, maybe you're not sleeping well enough. Maybe you're not turning your body off in quite the right way. So yeah, we have, okay, so for instance, Treta Yuga here is Age of Silver and Virtue Declined. So this is all, yeah, it's all one unit. We get all these together. And we can associate that with the other half of things. Boop, 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 boop. With, like, sacred text. Oh wait, no, is it texts? Yeah, Veda texts. And the texts. Oh yeah, right. Okay, right. So the yuga. Did I, like, totally make a fundamental misunderstanding here and just accidentally associated stuff? How does a particular wheel get associated? Oh, right. Okay. The blessing. Oh, virtue is overflowing. Right, okay. So virtue level is the connection, right? When all virtue is overflowing is associated with the gold age, and that's also gonna take you to virtue level, and Padma Lotus begets blessing, which is the Bugatti. Sorry, I feel like my brain keeps rebooting, and not in a fun way, because I feel like we had this and now I can't find the connection there. Yeah, Ash, maybe that's something that I need to consider. Okay. I'm just gonna, just so I'm not copying and pasting or tabbing back and forth so much. I'm just gonna do this. I feel like I'm. This is the sort of if this was a programming puzzle, I'd be like, oh man, I'm gonna take a look at this tomorrow because I'm sleepy. Okay, so the lotus is the symbol that begets blessing, which is what we have here as the Bugatti. Blessings will not grace the life and right. Okay. And then Satya Yuga is the gold age, when all virtue is overflowing. So yeah, what is the connection between those? There's got to be something. I couldn't have just like arbitrarily decided that I figured it all out without actually knowing how they connected to one another. Like, did I just arbitrarily decide that? No. Oh no, okay, here it is. It's the, God, I just needed to scroll up very slightly. Okay. The name of the yuga is associated with what you get from it. Right? So that's the key. So you get blessing, belief, tolerance, and worldly desires. Okay, so that's the connection, right? So another reasonable connection then would be the wheel is connected by the symbol, right? So if you're there and you're standing next to the wheel, you probably know what the two words are, and maybe even what you beget. But what you don't know is how many ox hooves, what the name of it is, and the metal associated with it. Now, we established that there weren't items in our inventory that directly mapped onto different types of metal, right? There's no real clean cut like, this is the gold item, and there's only one gold item, and this is the steel item. There's only one steel item. So I don't think that's it. Like, it's not like we use an inventory item there. That's how I feel, Crimmy Doodle. Okay, so I'm just going to have this off to the side. I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but I'm just going to cross-reference this a little bit. Okay. gold is virtue overflowing. You place text in line 4. Oh, did I? Oh, yeah, I did. That's dangerous. Thank you. Fixed. The problem is that when I pan around in Photoshop, or I zoom in Photoshop rather, I use the Z key. When I pan, I use space. And if I have anything selected in the other document, then I could accidentally like fumble the Alt tab and blow something away. The age of sweeping. Okay, so yes, overflowing in the age of gold. Virtue declined and people came to lean on ceremony is silver. So it's like on its way down. It's in balance in the age of copper. And in Cali, all virtue had disappeared. I mean, just representing it this way makes me think that maybe I've done it wrong, because, or that maybe this is a clue. The age where virtue disappeared, replaced by conflict and despair. Now you've got, you know, conflict and despair and presumably sin. They're in balance here. Like you've got a negative number of ox hooves if it's been replaced by the opposite of it, right? Okay, what are we actually supposed to be doing here? Except the Bromputo's 4 trials, the 4 faces are a means to see the 4 ages. Place the correct offering in the correct hand for the correct age. Okay, maybe there's 3 variables here? Just looking at the game now, that when you place an offering, you can no longer place that offering, right? Like I can't, there's no secret extra plinth there. That's not how that works. So it's not like it's a combination per side of the face. Like if I rotate this, I don't get to do it again, right? I don't get to come up with a new combination. So the correct offering would be the correct age. Like it seems like for each age, put in the correct offering. But the way this is phrased, it makes it seem like there's 3 things you need to do. Place the correct offering in the correct hand for the correct age. But correct hand is tantamount to the correct offering because they're above those spots, right? There's nothing that says like, you know, the leftmost hand, right? Or anything like that. The leftmost hand is this, right? It's the leftmost offering as well. So I think that that's just a way of phrasing things to make them slightly more confusing. But I could be wrong. Do you think this is another Lumisa is part of the puzzle? You know, like I weigh a certain amount. I'm belief in balance or something like that. You know, what do I represent? You know, what's my wait, where is it? Glossary. Yeah, what is the Le measure in this version of it? Is it like main characters? Yeah. Oh no. Where am I? Did I not get me? Did I lose that? Aren't I at the bottom of hell? Pretty sure I picked me up. I picked it up and died, but didn't save. Never saved the tape. I guess not. Well, let's. We warped in here and spent some weights. Let's go get it. Let's read our tape and see how much virtue we have. I doubt very much that it's actually key to the puzzle, but now that I remember that we need to grab it, let's do that. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff that we didn't do here. But we got the ROM from down below, right? I just want to... Would you look who it is? Fury Forged. Shout out. Or, as I might say, shout out. Join us in following Fury Forged. How's it going? Thank you so much for the raid. Come on in. We're trying to figure out the Bromputer. We got a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's the Noida knower of Noida. Stupid Potato. Thank you for the follow. We were musing over this. La-Mulana is great. Look at that. And viral. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, Fury is the one of the, would you say, the foremost expert in Noita, perhaps? And its lore. Definitely a pro follow right there. We're trying to currently. What were you up to, by the way? What were you playing this evening? This merry time zone. We're trying to figure out how this puzzle works, because we've got, like, theoretically, I've got this idea that, like, if you associate the symbol with an age and an age with a metal and a metal with a blessing and that with a virtue level, you could order the symbols, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's how I had arranged this puzzle. But this seems to have two distinct sides to it. There's the Yuga, there's the name of it, the metal associated with it, and therefore its virtue level, which is enough kind of to do the whole thing, I think, right? But then there's this other half where the wheel gives you something, and also these two words that we don't know what they are, and that can be associated with the Yuga itself. Yeah, I've played a little bit of Derelict Star. The moment it came out, a pal of mine was like, "This is so extremely your jam," and I've given it a good go. I think I got to the second area and was like, "This is dope. I'll come back to this," and didn't. But it seems very good. Oh yeah, Stupid Potato. If you, yeah, La-Mulana 2, would you believe, more La-Mulana 1 in a lot of ways. It's different, but it's got a lot of the same vibes for sure. I'm looking forward to hearing that, Guy. Yeah, I'll get back into it. It's good. So yeah, I feel like your Inception vibe is going to it might drive you mad. So don't think too hard, because I'm not sure the brainwaves are going to survive far enough to get into my head. Right. So there's this connection that seems like there's something going on here, right? There's something special about this connection that I'm not quite getting, right? Because if we got rid of this, that would be enough to solve the puzzle, right? This is how we tried to solve it, was, yeah, virtue level, metals, we got the order, great, but there's more to it than that. So I think we need to do something with the wheels themselves by maybe, I don't know. We can't give them a name. We could shout two words, but we don't have mantras for those. Yeah, Hampuli does like dev stream videos of it sometimes. Hey May, by the way. I don't know if I said that. Are you going to bed, guy? Anyway, that's where we are right now. I hope you had a good stream. Oh, and what were we doing? We were in the middle of coming down here to get the Lumisa tape. If there's something that associates her with, I guess me, with a particular virtue, then I know that I'll be onto something, but I don't doubt that they'll play the same trick as La-Mulana 1, but it just seems like so abstract right now that I'm not sure how it would even work. Isn't very interested in archaeology, but loves adventure. Her age doesn't match up with her father's at all, but let's leave that to the complicated circumstances of the Kosugi family. Lumisa is a woman of few words, but is full of energy and intends to outshine her father in her upcoming adventure. She's learned ninja infiltration techniques passed down through the Kosugi family. Okay, no, that doesn't seem to direct us in a particular way. Like, none of those are mentioned virtues or anything like that, you know, being of few words or anything like that. Tolerance, worldly desires, believing anything. No. Okay. I don't need to heal. I'm just going to my thinking puddle. Okay. Oops. Let's think here. The wheels obviously have something to do with it. Sorry. Spoilers, stupid potato. Heroic and buff in other media, which doesn't help the puzzle, but it's good to know for other reasons. I like that. Okay, so the wheels need to be involved somehow, right? Like we took that note that I was like, oh, right, this whole business, right? And that is, let's just move this off to the side. This is me speculating. This is a symbol, which is a wheel, and a metal, right? So that, yeah, okay, this, okay. This is maybe something, because the metal, by virtue of this connection, the metal is now associated with a wheel, which means we know when to put down the weight on the plinth, right? And then maybe, like, if these were mantras, this would be such a slam dunk. You just gotta say the mantras while it's down or something like that. All right, stupid potato. La-Mulana 2, highly recommended. Excited for you to try it at some point. I'll scream Eureka. Okay, I'll do my best to remember. Usually it's not a eureka moment. It's like a slow, like, well, that would be weird. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess that could kind of work out. Oh, yeah, okay. As opposed to it all coming at once. Archimedes style. Is that Archimedes with the tub and the eureka and the nakedness? Okay, egrets, I'll go slow. If anybody's wondering why I haven't solved the puzzle, it's just that we're waiting for egrets. Is it possible that the thing that we get begotten, blessing, belief, tolerance, worldly desires, none of those really map onto it? You'll be my scapegoat, my scape egret. None of our mantras really map onto that. Like, worldly desires aren't any of these. Belief, blessing. Like, maybe we should keyword search tolerance just to see if it maps onto anything else. Battle chaos. These aren't area names, right? Fight, lives, like battle. There's Immortal Battlefield and Eternal Chaos, or whatever it's called. Death could be Gate of the Dead. There's no area called water, right? There's ice fire, but that's not about water. Life tangled with chaos. Like maybe it's like areas, but that seems a bit spurious. Obtaining drink. All right. That which represents the age of tolerance. Yeah. The water pot. Hey, who's this? The Mundy. Hello. Thank you for the follow. Welcome into Cartography. Will tolerate any battle that provokes chaos. Like, I don't know how we can use that as an input. You know, like if they were, in fact, different areas, what would that even mean? Going to those areas and doing something? The game doesn't really seem to have that sort of like state recorded, you know, like which areas you've warped to, or if you've done something in a way that could be undone, right? Yeah, not sure. Okay. So we could maybe mess around with the wheels again, but we haven't found all of the wheels is the thing. I mean, it's possible that it was an alternate way of finding it, like you experiment with a wheel by putting weights on it in order to discover what metal it represents. And so you can either associate the virtue that you get from it with the name of the yuga or the age or whatever. Or you can mess around with it to figure out which metal it is, which would again let you... But then why do you need to map that onto a virtue level between 4 and 1? Huh. I feel like there's a maybe a misunderstanding that I'm making about how this contraption works. Like, okay, I can't think of another way that it would work right now, but I just want to talk it through. There are 4 masks that I can switch between. No probolo. And you can do that over and over, and that changes. Wait a second. The masks are made of metals. Eureka. They might be the metals we already know. I'm not looking at chat because someone's going to be like, hooray, if that's important. Let's see. Let's see if that's important. Okay. So this looks like it's dull. Where are we? This one is dull, which was associated with 1 ox leg, which is steel, which would be 1. Like, okay, here's my guess. Oh, this is getting too... Yeah, it's might need to abbreviate this a little bit. Yeah, it's getting too wide for our little table here. But my guess was that it was 4, 3, 2, 1, right? And the 1 is that face there, and that is, I think, steel. This one is 4, which is gold, which is right. That's sort of bluish, which is probably the silver one, which is 3, yeah. And this one should be copper, right? Okay, so that is, in fact, what I had. So that okay, a corroborated video game. But it's just cementing me in that local minima for some reason. So, okay, then I go back to something that I said a while ago, which is I'm either fundamentally misunderstanding something and I'm stuck in this local minima, or I'm just missing something. I'm missing the like, right? And then you say I'm done to the bromputer, right? Hey Ruby, yeah, we got it. We're just trying to figure out the order, but the problem is that I feel like I figured out a pretty solid case for what the order should be, but it's not working. So I'm either missing something, or I think that's the case. I'm just missing something. I'm missing either a big piece of the puzzle or a very small piece of the puzzle to like be like, where's the enter key on the bromputer? Thank you, Egg. Yes, Egg, you did a good job. It's not Egg, is it? We don't do Egg now. No, Brahma seems disinterested in Egg. Hey. Okay, so do you think maybe it's the order that it needs to happen in? Surely not, right? Like, you start with steel. This is definitely steel, which represents worldly desires, which is prayer beads. And prayer beads is Kali, which is this one. Oops. The fact that these are just like nondescript skulls that keep dropping out is a little bit distressing. I mean, we could do it backwards by putting down 3 each time. It seems immensely wasteful, but like we could try it. So that is copper, and copper is Vipara. This is silver. Yeah, the most ox hooves you can have, the most virtuous you could be, is gold. And this is Satya, Age of Blessing. Oh, yes, you were doing some chores. The revelation, Egrets, was that the masks themselves are corroborating our mapping of ox-hoovedness onto metal, which is all well and good, but it just puts us back in the same place that we were, right? Which is this. So, Bromputer, like we've already given you your juice. How were we thinking of them before? Well, first of all, I think the only thing that we were going on is the number of ox hooves. Like every time you rotate it, the number of ox hooves changes, and there's a tablet somewhere that says virtuous people have ox hooves, or virtue is measured akin to the number of ox hooves. So it was like, okay, best is most, which would be this one here, which is this is 4 ox hooves, therefore the best. And yes, indeed, it is gold, which we know to be the best. So, more juice? No. Egg, perhaps? And like, that's all she wrote, right? There's no more that we can do. You know, like we can't. Unless we just have to like leave now that we've done it this way and check on something else. But like, this game loves a wooloo. I don't want to touch a save point now that I've spent all those weights. So, because I don't think we did anything massively differently, right? So we've got a hard save. We can always go back to our hard save. When we showed this to, say, okay, Temple of Chaos, it went down and to the left, and that's the way that the laser is pointing. Okay. When we showed it to Ymir, it went up and to the left. Okay, so I don't think the direction the laser points has anything to do with that. And also that would be some bullshit if you needed to just know which direction it went. And also it doesn't look like it's a thing we can do again. Because I think I accidentally egged at Abzu a second time and nothing happened. But let's just keep looking to make sure that I'm not leaving something on the table. Where are our other creators? There was one in Mausoleum, right? Yeah. Okay, no, Atom went down into the left, and that goes down into the right. So that's unassociated. Okay, fine. It's just there's something weird about 2 lasers going to the same thing. Who gave us the red laser? Because what if we turned off the red laser somehow? Right? Like, did we fuck up? Did we fuck up by showing our egg to too many people? Are we not supposed to show? Okay, if there's something about red creation god that's like the god that didn't actually create but was bad and ruins your save file, then we're maybe onto something. But yeah, it's this guy. Can we try showing the egg again? Yeah, we're deep in Brahma territory. we have like what by all accounts would be a reasonable solution, but is incorrect. And I'm not saying like game's broken. I'm saying that I am definitely missing a piece of the puzzle. A piece of the puzzle. Okay. No, that just seems like normal creation myth stuff. Do we know anything in particular about Amenomin? Oops. No, I just selected all and deleted everything. Oops. Amenom. Nope, that's all we have. How far have we gotten? Joey Jojo, I noticed that the masks are actually matching the metals in a way that merely backs up my previous theory and further cements me in being convinced of the wrong answer being the correct one, which is obviously not the case. Okay. So then if we... I wonder, okay, if we ever find a way to reset the Brumputer, then I'll know that I'm onto something, but I think we can just get away with loading a previous save to check. No, okay. Okay, so we've got the hard save. I just want to try something, you know? I just want to... Where would it be, though? Like, I'm probably 2 saves back? Okay, let's check. It's save number 2 on page 3, which is our most recent. So, this was April 9th. This was April 14th. April 16th. Okay, so that was last week. When did we start shouting at stuff? Probably... Well, I guess we could check pretty easily. Let's load this one. Yeah, how do you turn off the Brumputer? Okay, so we're in bad save file territory here. We shouldn't be saving under normal circumstances. How many things? Okay, so no lasers? None lasers. Okay, well, do we need to go present our egg once again? It's a bit of a drag, but at least we kind of know what to do. We just do everything but Tagamagahara Shrine just to see what happens. Whee! Thump. Good. There's one in Ice Fire. It's the easiest way to get to it. The other side, maybe, actually? might be slightly faster. You know it. Get out of here. I've got nothing to live for. This is a bogus save file. It's experimentation time. Please. Please. I don't even care. Okay. We don't want to do the one in Tagamagahara. We want to do... Where are the rest of them? I think we did this before. We've done... Oh, right. Heaven's Labyrinth is... That's the first one that we did. Non-canon Woolulu. That's right. How do we get to the Newfen Roots Heaven's Labyrinth? And how do we get up to there? Do we need to do any shenanigans? Or can we just loop around? I think we can just loop around. Is that part of the plot of La-Mulana? Or, no, La-Mulana is, God damn it, why do you punch so hard? I'm just trying to solve the puzzles. Is that are there like pocket universes, pocket continuums in Marathon? Is that the idea? And finally, oh, right, it's Atom. Really? Should I play Marathon? Like I'm not a Twitch shooter person, and that sort of thing gives me anxiety. But maybe it would be my jam. I know a lot of people are enjoying it. This is a massive long shot, because like, why would the game encourage us to do something and then make us go back in time to undo it? Yeah, see, that looks fine and good to me. Who needs Tagamagahara's creation myth? Not me. Wait a second. Does this look slightly green to you? Is the idea that in order to make it the right color, you need a little bit of red or something? I don't know. Also, I don't even know if this was the configuration that we had before, because I didn't write it down. But let's see. Gold. Silver. Bronze. Nope. Not at all. Damn it. I mean, this does just raise further questions, right? But maybe also gives us some information, because this guy over here produced a a ball despite not having its laser, both lasers, right? So it just needs one laser. So what's the point of adding two lasers? What is the point of adding the second laser? Does it make, like, if it makes me think that the thing that's being dropped here is wrong somehow. Like, the skull means that these are all dead offerings, that they are in some way incorrect. Looking at the randomized rosters, remove Icefire Treetop for more accessibility. Just entirely delete it. Double lasers, what does it mean? Yeah, so strangely enough, okay, I'm gonna write this down a little bit because I want to just see if we go back to our main save, if stuff looks different. Because something weird is going on here. This makes me think that what we thought was progress is in fact not progress, right? These offerings that are being dropped are incorrect, and that's why the machine is staying inert, because we're not actually, like, shouldn't they be different looking somehow? Shouldn't they be beautiful as opposed to this sort of like ugly looking skull that suggests we've done something wrong? I mean, they certainly seem inert to me. Okay, so the balls are... This is a reference to something. I do not know what it is. Oh no, we want this to be more like a purple. So I started watching Dragon Ball a while ago, and was like, this is pretty cool, but I feel like you want to get to the truly unhinged shit, you gotta go to Dragon Ball Z, right? The shonen blueprint, the shonen manga / anime. And we're going to say that this shows up as green, this as blue. This is sort of like a yellowish green, but maybe that's just weird color choices. Like, it seems maybe slightly green. I really don't know. The 2 pixels on the top of the Y got moved. Oh. There we go. I'm getting a phone call. Go to voicemail. Be gone. How dare they? Okay. So we know that this one. Okay, let's desaturate this or adjust the levels a little bit. And we're going to say this one is gold. Let me try something. I don't normally use hue brushes, but if I do hue brush, will this work? No. Color brush, maybe? No, it just does the edges. Oh, I could do like a multiply brush. That'd do it. Yeah, there we go. And silver, we'll do like a sort of grayish. I assume that's what that is. Maybe the silver and steel are swapped, but that seems wrong to me. Hue Brushes is on the phone. I'm going to say that is steel. Gold. Silver. Is it copper? Hold on, we can do better than this. I mean, steel. I mean, what is steel? The steel is iron and what, tin? I don't actually know what steel is made out of. Carbon? Carbon, Fe plus C? Okay. Thank you. All the chemists coming out of the woodwork. Thank you. This one's getting a little messed up for some reason, though. Okay. You're a metallurgist. Pewter uses tin. Okay. And lead, right? Tin and lead. Is that pewter? All right. So there's that. I'm not convinced that this was worth keeping our like branching our save files or whatever. It didn't do anything immediately, and I would be quite disappointed in La-Mulana 2 if we were locked out of stuff in our other save. So let's go back to that one. We'll just say that this was an experiment. Ah, solder is tin and lead, right? Not pewter. How can you keep track of it all? But not lead. Okay, good, because pewter is like people used to make mugs and stuff out of that. What? Oh, we never saved after hitting up Abzu. That's fine. Okay, so this is, yes, the Bromputer. The Bromputer. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this now definitely looks less green. So is it like, what color theory are we working with where red, like yellow plus nothing equals green and red plus yellow equals yellow? guess I don't know. I mean, we did have some information about the colors up here, right? Is that going to shed any light on it, so to speak? Yuck, yuck. No, just Ymir is yellow. The Tagamagahara one is red light. Yeah. Okay. So here's a question. What do we do if we hit this? Yeah, okay. This is the fishy business, right? The fishy business is this is an unlit up Husamatron, and we just plintified the Husamatron, and it dropped out exactly the same shit that it does when we thought it was activated, right? Which makes me think this is also wrong. You know what I'm saying? These are inert balls. They are incorrect somehow. The Bromputer is not fully activated. That's my theory. Okay, we get a bunch of weights. I don't need to worry about reloading a save. Let's go get Chumley in Zome, Abzu. Here we go. Down we go. Slippy tube. What is this down here? This is a like an outfit thing, right? Eastern European outfit. Yeah. Of which we have found 0. Okay. So I think this state represents progress, because even though Tagamagahara Amen no Mikanushi is has another laser, I think it is to balance out the greenish yellow laser and make it actually yellow or something. I don't know. Okay. So there's something more. Okay, maybe we need to talk to the wheels. Now that we've lit up everything, maybe the wheels do something different now. Let's go talk to the wheels. Fastest wheel to get to is... Not that one. That's not a wheel. This is a wheel? I don't know if that's the easiest one to get to, but it's the one that we know. That is Divine Fortress. Wheel of Brahma. This way? I always forget. I think it's this way, yeah. And then up again. I guess we could actually take the low road. Yeah, we can take the low road here. It's actually maybe a little bit easier. Wait, what? No, sorry, I made a mistake. We gotta go up here and then drop down here. And this is okay. You don't look any different. And by you, I mean the wheel. But maybe it's different. Everybody's screaming. Okay, so this is, let's just double check here. The lotus flower. The lotus flower we know to be associated with gold. So what if we put this down here? Hey, Eumidian, we're activating the bromputer. We found yeah, nothing. Okay, what? Like now egg? No. Sorry. Yeah. Update, Eumidian. We found Abzu. We showed it the egg. We've got all the lasers turned on now. I speculated that perhaps 2 lasers was too many, right? We don't actually want the red laser. And so we went back to an old save and didn't do the one in Takamagahara. And the thing that is most upsetting to me is that when we did that, and there was, like, we rolled back the save, an incomplete tablet in that room, in the bromputer tablet, an incomplete tablet, as in it doesn't have all its lasers, or one with no lasers whatsoever, also drops the big skull sphere, right? Which is bad. We don't want that. We want to, like, activate it somehow. And so what it drops is something better than what it dropped when it wasn't activated. So unless it is secretly the correct thing to drop, and before it was the incorrect thing to drop because it has the wrong lasers or no lasers, unless it's hidden, then we're missing some step, right? So that's where we are right now. Right, which reminds me, we should do this with a red. And it was actually pointing up, which is weird. Is it pointing down now? Like, well, we'll check on that later. Yeah, and this looked the wrong color when we only had the yellow laser pointing at it. Okay, so what else do we know about the this thing? We know that it's associated with lots of virtue. Excuse me. We know it's associated with 4 ox hooves. We know it's associated with life and chaos. Hey, you idiot. Hey, you idiot. Hey, update, you idiot. No. I'm saying hello, Eumidian, and updating them on the goings on. Virtue is stored in the inert balls that are coming out of these. Are these also tablets, I guess? maybe I keep thinking I need to revisit the notes and like there's some fundamental thing that I'm missing. Like, no, you don't put the weight on the thing. You need to place that which represents the age of Satya Yuga. Right? Like you need to place. Yeah, like these things in the middle of the wheels, are they the items? Like, are they the balls that are supposed to be dropping out of the computer tablets? Like, is that what's going on here? Like, okay. If I leave, if I put if I put that on there and now leave, what happens? Is there anything different now? No. Okay, it does actually point in the right direction now. Hey, Concrow. Yeah, so that's pointing in the right direction now. And if I go back there, like there was no Woolulu, there was no state change. The idea of like, hey, warp out at the right time to leave it in this correct state would be profoundly silly. That would be bad. I would hate that. Maybe we can go talk to... Oh, you know what? Phobos is still missing. I wonder if Phobos is back. No, it's still... And I didn't actually notice, but when we walked in, it was still... Like the weight plinth was just there. It wasn't like, actually, we paused while you were away and the weight plinth was still down. Hey, Ms. Ryan. I mean, have we... Proficient weapons? Is there anything that suggests a combination of things, of words that we need to have equipped while holding a thing? You know, like life and chaos. We don't have anything associated with chaos. No. Power. Marduk. Life and chaos. Mother begets life. Chaos is manifested fire. No. Too late anyway. No, it's too fussy. That doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem right. Again, it could just be that it's trying to suggest, like, this is an alternate way of figuring out what the mapping is. Like, hey, the gold face needs to be there on the wheel that is associated with the metal that doesn't stab you when you put a weight on it for that wheel. But what would that information, would that give you? It would give you the name of the Yuga. Yeah. So, yeah, that would solve it as well. Life is tangled with chaos. We don't have a zone that is called life anything, right? Roots, Anufin, Immortal Battlefield, Hell, Mausoleum, Shrine, Valhalla, Divine Fortress, Icefire, Chaos, Malice. Yeah. Doesn't map out like Battlefield. Eternal Chaos. But nothing else really figures out. Like Fight would be Battlefield as well. Everything holding up? Are you all just gripping the arms of your chair? You're going through at least 2 or 3 chairs a session, absolutely obliterating them. No, I know that this is part of the process. You're big chillin'. That's good. Oh, that's great. It's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. I think the only hint I would want at this point is quit fucking around with this and do something else, because it's like, go back, you do something else. This is not a puzzle you can solve. But I don't think that's the case. I think we have everything we need here, because the last hint we got was, look at your fucking notes, asshole. And that's what I've been doing. Got notes, got a puzzle, put it together, Mass Man. Yeah, that's exactly right. So we're going to figure it out. Might take a break in a second, but I feel like something on the tip of my mind. What is it? I think it's let's absorb here for a second. Yeah, let's look at our notes. Let's actually read our shit. Okay. Let's get rid of this column, because it's cramping the style here. Because we know that it's for... We know that this is the case. Yeah, just open that thing out of frustration and realize every single one is the same thing. They all just say strong belief. P.S. Check your notes. That which represents an age of blessing. But blessings will not grace those for whom life is tangled with chaos. One belief is that when we reach death, we will return to water. It is the vessel which will tolerate any battle that provokes chaos. It is the vessel which will tolerate any battle that provokes chaos. I mean, a vessel that tolerates battle that provokes chaos is the Odor Eater's egg. Blessings will not grace those for life is tangled with chaos. Chaos is one of the creators. if there is a way, like I said before, if there's a way to reset the computer and it is actually the combination of lasers you have turned on that has something to do with it, that would be interesting. But I don't think that's the case. Anytime we've turned on a laser, it has gone to the same spot, and I don't think we have any control over that. Like, I don't think we're building combinations of stuff. I don't think, at least. Unless... Okay, this is a ridiculous thought, but like... If we go back and we activate the creation mythos statues such that only the laser that, like, only one laser is going to the thing and there are no other lasers going to any other thing, no, that doesn't make any sense. That would be tedious, and you'd have to come up with some way of resetting the computer and turning off lasers, which I don't think is the case. Yeah, okay, no, that's absurd. I don't want to do that. Like, I was like looking at this, will not grace those for whom life is tangled with chaos. That means that, like, the chaos laser can't be on, but the life, whenever these creatures is a life deity. Yeah, like one of these is, we will turn to water. The water pot is something. But more importantly, Abzu is associated with clear water. So, like, silver would be the Veda texts. Which would be the Treta Yuga. One belief is that when we reach death, we'll return to water. But the water one, the clear water Abzu creation myth, pointed to the Dvapara Yuga. Hey, Tarnost. Yeah, we're making progress, but we're at an impasse, right? I feel like I'm missing something that is going to help break me out of this feeling that I've convinced myself of, which is that we have something that is in some way right, but in another way entirely wrong. So, again, reading the notes. When disaster was wrought from future virtue and sin in balance, right, okay. The beads weave together those whose desires drive them to fight tirelessly, even after their lives are exhausted. Brahma created the world. He sealed the light of creation's origin in a golden egg. All was created from the colors of the light emanating from the egg. Okay, yeah, we show them the egg, they emanate the colors. The light the creator deigned to speak of will be unleashed. Okay, so that's each of the creators spoke of a light. Did they each speak of a light? The offering of the egg, this will make the creator remember. So the thing that was tripping us up before is the creator in this case is not Brahma. Even though it says Brahma created the world, the creators in question are the various creation myths of the different traditions. And it's possible that the light the creator deigned to speak of will be unleashed is just the answer to the puzzle, in the sense that, like, yeah, you do that and the beam shoots out. Right? Except Brahma's 4 trials. The 4 faces are a means to see the 4 ages. Place the correct offering in the correct hand for the correct age. So, does that mean there's a way to move the arms? No, because there's nothing. The arms are. There's nothing special about the positions of the arms aside from the fact that the tablets are in positions and can't be moved. So I think that, again, this is suggesting that there are 3 variables when there are in fact only 2. It's place the correct offering Yeah. Trigger the correct offering / hand for each correct age, for each age. I think that's what it's saying. Then Yggdrasil's all shall be revealed. Well, anytime anything is revealed or not, when we solve a puzzle, we get a wooloo. So I'm going to expect at least that, right? Some sort of feedback if we do it right. Daji hides the egg of creation. The god of creation, Brahma's dialogues on the nature of creation. The sight of the egg will stir recollection, and the gods will speak again. Cool. Did they, though? I don't think they spoke. They just activated their laser beams. Right? Amaterasu illuminated all with a red light. Oh, wait, okay. Banushi said something or was asked, but it was Amaterasu that answered. So maybe they're one and the same. I don't know if that's relevant or not. But they then said that the lives born from creation and then leaving for battle. Is battle one of the magic words? It is. What is creation? Birthed from the remains of the primeval giant. Birthed from death is creation. Birthed from death. Death is one of them. Okay. Let's make an extra table here, I guess. Or I guess, no, it's here that we would put it, right? Let's just move this up here. So lives. Okay, born is not one of these. It's just lives. Okay. Atom. Green snake, leaving for battle. Brahma asked Odin, what is creation? Odin responded that all was birthed from the remains of Brahma. The glimmer of that was birthed from death is creation. So birth is not one of these, but death is. Brahma asked Chaos, what is creation? Chaos responded, only by existing. Chaos is simply floating in the purple darkness. I guess that's chaos. Chaos, talking about chaos, extremely self-centered. Brahma asked Absu, what is creation? Absu is begotten of pure waters. So water. Chaos. Okay, what does this mean, however? I don't know. It means that Satya needs red and purple. But it doesn't get red and purple. Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, this is interesting and is clearly significant somehow. But what does it mean? Like, how do we action this? It seems to suggest that each one of the yugas, the named yugas, is two gods, right? But we can't. Okay. red, green. Okay, when we asked Odin. Oh, right. So Odin and Ymir are actually different as well, right? This is not abbreviated at all. I'm just going to shorten that a little bit. I don't think this is actually important, which child it is. Oops, don't duplicate. The opposite of duplicate. Delete cells. But the color is simply red. This one is green. This one is yellow. Atom is green, right? Yes. Okay. Chaos. This purple. That's good worse, but I wouldn't be able to pronounce it with any amount of regularity. And this one is blue. Okay. Okay. I guess we didn't really need to... Yeah, we also don't need to show that we egged them either. We've already done that. Whoops. Again, don't duplicate. Delete. Okay. So let's join left or join right or whatever. These... Is the answer to this like a SQL query to like join everything together? Okay, I think that this we don't need either, this column here, because we figured out that this is actually this ordering. That's fine. And the location might not be super important, but that's okay. Okay, so if that's the case, then life and chaos is red, which is Amen, and chaos, purple, this is going to be a real drag. Purple, which is chaos. Death is yellow. And water, which is blue, right? Battle is green. I wanted to do, the name. So death is... Sorry, I'm getting myself confused again. I'm doing the fairy purple thing again. Yeah, yellow is Odin. Blue is Abzu. Green is Atom. Yes, I did that. And purple. Yeah, this is purple fairy is purple all over again. Chaos is purple, which is chaos again. Fight is not one of the things. Is it? It might be battle then? What is worldly desires, prayer beads? Worldly desires drive them to fight tirelessly even after their lives are exhausted. So I think that is a synonym for battle. Which is atom, or wait, green. Is atom, yes, okay. And lives, which is red. Okay, what does this mean? I have no fucking idea. Tag mag. Oh, is it Takamagahara, not tag? Takmag. Okay. That's great. Love this. But what does that mean? Red and purple. Yeah, there's something we're missing. There's something about like rotating these little lenses or something. Okay, well, let's think about that for a second while we take a quick stand up and stretch break. So, do that. Just move your body around a little bit. That's what I'm going to do. And we'll see you in just a couple of minutes. Oh, boy. We're going to do it. I'm going to figure it out one of these days. So, latest thinking is that the named tablets are associated with metals somehow, right? Thinking's for nerds. Oh, ramen egg. Nice. Go for some ramen. I had some ramen a few days ago that was like not great ramen, but like not like high quality necessarily. It wasn't low quality. It just wasn't like top tier ramen, but it was still so good. Like a 6 out of 10 ramen is still like 12 out of 10 on the lunchtime scale. Thinking, okay. So we have such a strong suggestion. Hey, McCann. How's it going? Thank you. We have such a strong connection between, say, the Satya Yuga and number 4, right? It's the mask is 4 ox feet. The mask itself is gold, which we know to be the most virtuous, according to tablets. So that's a strong connection. And we've managed to line all of this up, but it's still giving us what appeared to be inert orbs. Not because they just look kind of dull, they're not glowing like other things. They're just skulls, and they're all homogeneous. They're all the same. It makes me think that these are like the you did it wrong indicators. So we've got some more information. We know that this symbol, the lotus flower, actually, what is the connection there? I've looked this up a million times, I know, but how do we get the life and chaos connection? Yeah, the lotus, life and chaos. Okay. Virtue and sin imbalance. Yeah. Actually, was this mixed? Is this incorrect? Copper. Yeah, these are 2 different types of hint, I think. Maybe. Yeah, those are about yugas. This is about symbols. Anyway, yes. So the symbol, like the texts or the lotus or the water pot or the prayer beads, are associated with words like fight and lives or life and chaos. And we've mapped them onto the gods. So that makes me think, in order to fully activate them, they need to have both of those lasers? And it doesn't have anything to do with, like, because, hold on, let's say, for instance, hold on, let me think about this. If, let's say we did have control over where those lasers pointed, then we could say Satya needs red and purple, right? And Tretra, or Treta, not Tretra. Did I make a typo? Anyway, I'm not going to lose this train of thought. Needs yellow and blue pointed at it. It's good. It's good thinking music. It is a trade. Okay. Thank you. And then we need to point these 2 at it. Green and red. So I think we do have control over where they point. Somehow. And also, I think there is a way to reset it. There has to be, because we need to point them at multiple locations. Odin needs to point at the second one, but also at, well, actually, that's a bad example. I think Odin only points at that one. The red one, the one in Takamagahara Shrine, needs to point at both the first one and the last one. Okay. I think we're onto something here. I think that they are each a combination of two. That answers some questions, right? Because like, why sort of arbitrarily does one take two lasers for some reason? All right. This seems like a reasonable thing to pursue. But we've got to figure out, how do you reset it? Maybe... How do you reset it? And also, how do you change the direction that it's facing? Does it have something to do with the current configuration of the Blued tube? Like, our odor eaters guy can rotate the direction that they would go? Maybe that's worth experimenting with. Who's the easiest guy to get to? I guess we could remember the one in Chaos, because that's just like a screen away. Right? Is there one that's easier than that? I guess Chaos is pretty easy, but that's like 3 screens away. So hold on. Okay. Experimentation time. Turn on controller. Too much thinking. Controller turned off. And quickly before I forget, let's go talk to Zelda. See if he's around. Because we've activated a bunch of stuff, and he might be like, oh, well, that reminds me. Yeah, okay. Oops. Oh. I guess we only got that thing once. All right. What about this? Hydrate, Elsadena. How would you convince a statue of a god to be like, no, we have to turn you off and on again? Let's finally, after all these years, set our memory point to here so we can easily check some stuff. So, you there, would you like a second egg? No, you do not want a second egg. Would you like instead a pillar or a battery? How can we make you turn off? Second ramen egg, yum yum. It's not attacking it, surely. If I scan you now that you've done your egg stuff, no, nothing different there. This is critical path, I think, in which case I do not think that we could have accidentally backed ourselves into a corner. But once again, we need to be able to rotate the lasers anyway. Do we have anything about like resetting or like... No, reset, revert, turn off. Forget, maybe? No. Reboot. My partner's been playing Tomodachi Life and added hexadecimal to the island. And that's been a good time. Okay, let's see. Oops. How can I turn you off and on again? Special tablet that you read? Throw a bomb at the computer. That's how you reset computers normally. You can't rotate these things. You can't reboot it with power of egg. Pepper. It's for activating an ancient vehicle, but not deactivating ancient computers. What if you electrocute the computer? Will that do it? Yeah, there's no way to get back over there, is there? But is that... I mean, is there a chance that that tablet is special somehow? Certainly there's nothing down here that's useful, right? Nope. Is this the computer reset button? That would be dope. Hey, do you think I can blow it up through the wall? Something tells me that's not going to go well for me. Holy shit. Yeah, you get totally wrecked by that. Well, good to know. Yay! Let's go. That could be the solution to the puzzle. Yeah. Yeah, the way that bombs seem to work in this game is that it's a persistent hitbox that like sticks around for a little while. Oh, come now. Surely you've had enough. Let's go back to the surface. Yeah. Reset the computer. So something about Brahma falling asleep. Yeah, that's ancient chaos, right? We want different ancient chaos. The magic and more magic switch is such a good story. So if we... I can't tell if this is just, hey, here's a fun way to say life and chaos in a sentence, or if it's being specific about, no, you can't have life and chaos. You know? Is there any chance that this is the computer reset button? Because like we go up here, and if as long as we reset that thing, Bad Boy shows up, right? I also don't think we have a name for this. Chows? Is that what it is? It's saying chows. That makes a lot more sense. It's funny because the last thing that I put here, and so the name of the layer, because I merged it down, was Ziggurat of Abzu, and now this is Ziggurat of Anu. And what was this up here? Also Ziggurat of Anu. Oh, Ziggurat. Ziggurat. Nothing more to do up here because this was a boss room, right? Yeah. Which I think this already opened up. I wonder if you could show the egg from here. Can you see my egg? I had a vain hope that that would somehow reset things, you know, like it's a hard mode tablet sort of special thing. Here's a stupid idea. Wasn't stupid. Well, I'm glad that I read that tablet because I don't know if we're ever going up there. Can we actually get up there now? I guess we just fall in through the side. Is there another? Yeah, okay, we're good, we're good. Does this solve anything for us? I guess it makes it slightly easier to get here. Wait, was that get a chakram? Just cuz? That's weird. And this takes us to Takamagahara, right? Whip. You know, we haven't been here in a long time in this particular corner of the realm. Let's see here. So Yuga ring, sacred texts. Sacred texts is silver, death, water, yellow, blue. Like maybe we just put something down when it's in the silver zone. But to what end, I don't know. Which, this is silver, right? Yeah. And then shink. I don't think there's anything more going on here. Boep, boep. Combustible gas, you say? Is that a Nintendo tape down there? Yeah. Hey! Guess who it is? Lily doing the Lord's work here. Oh, we lost our Lumisa again. Look at that. Malbrook is a girl who lied dormant in the La-Mulana ruins. Freed when the ruins were destroyed, she's now able to enjoy her youth. She studies the ruins using her ancient knowledge, but as an ancient, she struggles with modern life, trying to stay current but never getting it quite right. She slept for so long that she sometimes dozes off when her mind wanders. Eating a burger. Well, isn't that lovely? Boy, I sure wish for a cog one of these days. Yeah, we know. Okay. This little block of earth here is so suspicious that I'm sure we smashed it before. In fact, I remember doing that, but it's so suspicious I want to whack it again. No, nothing. Okay. Let's electrocute the ancient creator machine. I think Mausoleum has normal everyday eyes, right? Just hanging out. I think there's one over here, is there? 9. Oh, but you'll give it to us for free. We don't even need to waste any effort. I would like exactly one more, but not 2. Thank you. Did that do anything? It did not. Did they miss, maybe? Need to go up here. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Did it miss again? Like, I want it to pass through the... I wanted it to pass through the computer part proper. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we didn't get it. I mean, I don't think... No, we... I'm just resetting to this checkpoint. We still have Mulbrook, right? Yeah. Okay, that definitely went right through the middle here and did not reset anything. Ah! You just fucking attack them. Oh my god. Okay. We I'm gonna take that as a win. That without knowing it, I like did the galaxy brain puzzling to be like, no, you need to be able to move these. That is important for the puzzle to work. God damn it. Okay. Well, you know what? I wouldn't change it for the world because I like the path that we took. The path that like circled around a big empty spot, you know? It circled around the empty spot, which is the place where you have to bomb the wall in the last dungeon in Zelda 1, right? We circled it for so long that it became obvious what needed to happen. As a game developer, what is a sane way to make these? Listen, anytime we want to make something rotate, we use our creepy face, right? So are things better or yeah, I think they're better now. Because if we had been like, okay, there are some lasers, we could do this, what are the colors, blah, 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 I probably wouldn't have dug deep enough to get these, right? But now we have these. Okay, cool. Now, I think that I have it figured out, but it's possible that I simply do not. Great. Yeah, love verbs. The most basic verb in the whole game. All right. Let's start with 4, which is gold Satya, red and purple. Oops. Well, fuck. We're going to blow through some weights. We got plenty. We got plenty. Let's use the knife. The knife seems to be the most accurate here. Yeah, maybe that's why my brain just did not put 2 and 2 together. Okay. Good job, Lumisa. Okay. So, gold, red, and purple. Let's try this. Yes, it's different now. That's the lotus. Okay, good. They were inert balls. All right. Silver is yellow and blue. We've already got yellow. We just need to get blue on it. Yellow and blue are now here. That's the sacred texts. Now we are at copper, which is green and purple. And it looks like they add up to a sort of white color when it's correct. Let's just double check here. Green and purple is Vipara, which is third, which is copper, which is the water pot. Good. And then number 3, or number 4 rather, is the least number of hooves, which is prayer beads, which is steel, and that's green and red. The most annoying to hit. Oops. That is actually not turning a sort of colorless thing, but I think that's probably okay. Well, this is the one that was ambiguous, right? Because green... green is atom and is battle in one case and is fight in this case. So here's hoping that this gives us prayer beads. It does. Oh, hey. Hey, Brahma. That's the Woolulu we've been looking for. Oh, now you come out and give us tips. I guess we should probably read this message first, huh? How do we get to email again? Here. I passed Brahma's trial with flying colors. I wonder what that's a picture of. Could it be a full map of Eglana? And what are those red and blue lights? They probably represent certain locations. Try checking it against the map on your tablet. You may figure something out. Okay. Yay! We did it. Good job, everybody. I knew you had it in you. Oh, the same word in Japanese. Yeah, I figured it might be something like that worse. Is that okay? Yeah, blue, and I see that. And it is the inverted tree. Wow, it's kind of beautiful, isn't it? We might need to take a picture of this. Great. It was in you to shut the hell up and cook. Let's take a look here. We have the roots at the top. Some sort of place we don't want to go at the very bottom, and a bunch of locations that are sort of twinkling in a way that suggests a map of some kind. And is this the reboot button? Oops. I actually didn't want to do that, I don't think. I wanted to be able to take a picture of it. Au naturel, but whatever. Well, let's maybe take some screenshots of this. It's just no looking. Okay, I'm not looking. I didn't see anything. Clear chat. Everybody talk about their favorite type of cheese or something. Actually, it'd be better if you all said something short. Then I can tell when the chunky business has scrolled off screen. Not looking. I'm just going to do some screenshotting here. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, it's like, it sort of looks like it's projected off. Like there's these giant panels on the side appear to be like either projecting it or having it projected onto them. Just sort of interesting. Who's that? Hey, look who it is. I know who you are. Hi, welcome in. Also, good news. We're playing La-Mulana, and I've just made some important discoveries. Some truly sort of perhaps end game progress, but I don't really know. Mobruck. Okay, is everything scrolled off? Okay, yeah. All I can see now at the top of my chat scroll is Jeffy saying clearing house. So I think we're in the clear. Okay, so I wonder if these are all the bosses. Maybe? I don't see a cow, so maybe not. Cynical Sandel, hello. What are we doing? We're gaming. That's what we're doing. It's a homie's own rate of 2 to 3 people. Well, welcome. Yeah, so there was a cow boss, and if this is an illustration of all the bosses, then one of these ought to be a cow, and it doesn't. I mean, I'm going to level with you. The cow was kind of a fucked up cow, so it could be that it's this sort of weird lump right here, but I could be wrong about that. No, maybe not. That's Hergen and Mergen up here, right? Which would make sense because they were the boss in. Were they the boss in Roots? No, they were the boss in. Divine Fortress. So no, I don't think that's the mapping here. Anyway, we'll take it all down. I'm going to assume that this maybe cycles a couple of things. So let's see what this does. Oh my God, there's so much information here. All right. I just want to get back to. Oh wait, is there a fucked up cow here? No. This looks like. Is this maybe an order of the bosses that we need to fight in Hall of Malice when we eventually do that? All right, we are going to run out of weights at this point. Okay, so there does appear to be an errant sparkle up here, which is a little suspicious. But anyway, let's try taking this down, because I feel like this is going to be of critical importance. I'm just going to try and use Lumisa to center things a little bit. Now, typically, this is something that we would just draw out. But I feel like there's enough detail here that we might end up tracing. But maybe for now, we just put it in the notes. All right, Brahma, done. Yuga's perhaps done. Well, there is still that question of when we need to like put the weight on the wheel. Like, I mean, don't say anything, but this does maybe lend credence to the idea that it is just an alternate way of mapping symbols onto metals. But, I mean, far be it to me to make sweeping generalizations about La-Mulana 2, but that doesn't, like, have multiple solutions to the riddle does not seem to be its style. It certainly does, Ms. Roy. I'm thrilled. I'm glad that we've, well, maybe not fully put it to bed, because there might still be some moving parts. Well, there definitely are, just evidenced by what we're seeing here, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. Okay, so Bromputer projections. Bromputer? Bromputer. Yeah. Okay, so we've got this. And I've got the errant twinkle off to the side there. Okay. I'm going to grab this bit. And we might actually do a little bit of quick Photoshop surgery here, just to get a complete picture. What is the meaning of the puzzle? Notes. Yeah. That's always the answer, isn't it? Yeah, I had the knife out and was just hopping around, and I don't know what prompted me to hit the attack button. This is my hot Photoshop tip for lining stuff up, is you turn one into a difference layer. There we go. Okay. And then the other layer. Actually, you know what? Bear with me here. We are, for those just arriving, we are in extreme futzing around territory. Let's subtract this as well. There, now that's lined up perfectly. We'd actually do some interesting math. We can subtract that to a cleaner version, you see there, right? Or add it to double it. Let's not do that. And then the third layer is this one. So we'll put this over here, and we'll go down a little bit to get the bottom half of it, just for completeness' sake. Also, we really do need to save after this, so we don't lose this progress, not to do it all over again. Difference, drag that onto there. There we go. So the, two similar images being subtracted from one another means that it's about 0, which is why it turns black. Right, so now we have this, and if we turn this to a difference layer, we can put it on there to line it up. There. Cool. So now we have this layer. that's the original, actually, right? So let's pop this off onto its own. Okay. And we're gonna make them all normal layers. Yep, there we go. So we have a base version. We have this version, which appears to have a bird, a chimera of some kind, a snake, another snake bird, a weird lumpy heart, and 2 wings. And then this, which is a scroll. That looks like Vritra. This looks like, actually I don't know, another winged creature. Something sort of Tiamat inspired. The scythe? Is that the light scythe maybe? And then more wings. Okay. Okay, well, I think the most important one right now is this, which has important locations marked with points of light. There are 4 blue ones and 4 red ones. I'm sure that is of some significance. An ear flop. There you go. Just for you. Okay. Let's go save. Actually, you know what? Let's save, but also... Zelpod, I swear to God, if you have nothing to say after all we've done... Nope. Just still worried about El Sedena, which, to be honest, is the most virtuous you've been in quite some time, Zelpod. How you doing, buddy? You doing okay? Yeah, we know. Okay. Do you think Phobos is back? How many oxen worth? Yeah, the scale only goes down to 1 hoof, but I think Zelpud might be a 0. Well, no, he's a 1 because apparently he did pay his harem, which, like, okay. Yeah, that's true. He did save my dad. Okay, Phobos still MIA. But wherever he is, he's able to send me emails. Okay. I want to check to see if our map has been updated. Doesn't look like it. I don't see any like special locations now highlighted. I mean, this is routes, so it would be like the upper right would be a location that has a blue something or other, right? So let's just quickly hang out up here. See if we can find anything that looks different or significant. It would sort of be like about here, right? Maybe one down. I mean, was this a boss location? Is maybe that what it is? Did we fight a boss here? No. Because I'm thinking like this would be approximately, oops, that location, you know? Maybe if we try to map that shape onto this region of the map, you know? So maybe up 1 from here or something like that. But it seems to be inexact. And if we overlay it with this, we have the crows. I wonder if the crows, if the crows are Hergen and Mergen, Hurrigan and Murrigan. If they are... Is Divine Fortress sort of like the backside of Roots? I don't know if I buy that. And moreover, what's the other mapping? Vritra. And Vritra was in Valhalla, which is a totally different area. So I don't think that's the case. Oh, hey, Fire. And Neil, hello. Stale Fishies, hello. Okay, well let's keep poking around up here to see if there's anything new and different. Oh, you know what? We did fight Fafnir, but Fafnir wasn't like a A-tier boss, right? Like wasn't a like you need an Ankh. Oh no, you did need an Ankh Jewel. Okay, so are these boss locations then? Maybe these are boss locations. Do any of these? You've been here for a while. Okay, sorry. Sometimes I get lost with who's here and who's not. So I apologize. Are any of these a bug? No. None of these look like a bug. He was the guardian. Yeah, okay. All right, well then maybe... Wait. Were there different configurations of stars? Oh no, there's different configurations of stars for each of these layers. That's a problem. I mean, it's not a problem, it's more information, but it's not what I was expecting. Okay, interesting. So maybe that's boss locations. Like Icefire would then have one at the very tippy bottom top, which maybe I just clipped off inadvertently. Yeah. Yeah, we might need to go back and take another peek at that. Thankfully, the Bromputer is a hop, skip, and a jump away. Oh, that's the wrong Ancient Chaos. I see, yeah, they're sort of twinkling there. No, it looks like I didn't miss one at the bottom there. I mean, is it inverted, actually? Oh, wait. Which one of those looks like the top of the tree to you? Because I know the whole thing is supposed to be Domu, right? Like the whole theme of Eglana is it be Domu, which means the roots are at the top, which is what I was assuming. Then a Newfin, then Immortal Battlefield. But do either one of... Yes, I think that is the case, because Immortal Battlefield is often represented as a loop, because it's got the like ring of water, and we needed... It's like a moat that we needed to cross the... whatever it's called, the Bifrost Bridge to get into it. And that appears to be sort of... if we bring up the game here... I said bring up the game here. The sort of circle bit 2/3 of the way down, which would line up with it being... Immortal Battlefield. So above that is a Newfin, and then at the very bottom is McDLT, which we just haven't put down there yet. And that means that there's something over here that's been highlighted. I mean, the squirrel was there, but that doesn't seem quite right. And that sort of DNA strand looking thing, would that be here? No, it would be going up into the middle of that, maybe? I feel like maybe I need to flip the thing upside down. We'll see what the email says again. A full map of E44. Certain locations. Checking it against the map on your tablet. Okay. I mean, I don't have access to the other areas. And it says explicitly check the map on your tablet. So I don't think it's like a thing in the physical location. I think it means that there's going to be something annotated on my map in those locations. Is that really what Ancient Chaos looks like? Yeah, I guess so. So yeah, let's go to, say, Icefire and see if there's something on our map. So, Icefire Treetop would be up here. Is it possible that it's not actually Domu? This is an illicit this isn't a Gate of the Dead style Domu. It is a Heaven's what is it called? Heaven's Labyrinth style rotational Domu. And it's actually on the other side. Right? Because it's a top to bottom flip, then it would be on the right hand side. But if it's two quarter domus, then it would be rotated, so it's in the upper left. Because it could be referring to a number of things. It could be referring to an NPC, right? Like we've got, you can't see there, but on the, where I'm pointing, but the right-hand side of the map in the middle there, there's a blue cell that is maybe referring to I don't think there is any upside downitude, any domuification happening here, because it's already configured this way in both the map and the map. So I don't think there's anything that needs to happen there. I don't think so, at least. Because there's no way that, like, this definitely represents a tree top and this a roots, I think, because it's even got the 3 roots. Okay. So then, over 1, down 2. Oh, is it just, oh wait, no, that's not Ymir. It's certainly not the, like, okay, yeah, this is an important NPC if memory serves. I forget her name. Like, do you have something to say? I don't think this is new information from Inanna. No. This is not new. Okay. Not Ymir, not Mir. I certainly hope it is not the kimono cowgirl garb in a chest that is being pointed out to us by the ancient Bromputer. Yeah, this is the grand tour of all the Snadies. It could be up and to the right, and it represents doorways, right? Because if it's up and to the left and it represents doorways between zomes, right, then another one would be sort of the westmost side of Immortal Battlefield. And I guess the easiest way to check that is just going there. Also, Mulbrook might have something to say now that we've solved the Bromputer. Like, sort of, there's something there over on the side, but like, no, it sort of suggests that it's in the middle, and there isn't really anything over there, right? Like, it sort of would be down here. Yeah, I don't, that doesn't make sense. Also, there's two really close together. But maybe that's because this is a Newfen. Also, you'd think that there would be one for each area. Maybe that's the case. Like, oops. Like maybe this is Icefire. This is Immortal Battlefield, this is a Newfen, and this ridiculous thing, is that all of them? Yeah. Like that represents roots? I don't know. I simply do not know. Yeah, is there anything on Immortal Battlefield that's way off to the right and something that's sort of middle left? Nothing there. Nothing that leaps out at me. What about... Well, hold on. Let's talk to Mulbrook. Mulbrook, guess what we found? Snake Lady map. You are passed out. Fine. What about a Newfen? I mean, there's not a whole lot of... Not really a whole lot of data in this one. Like, there's not really anything that's in the middle with something down and to the left. Yeah, I feel like I'm barking up the wrong tree here. Pun intended. And yeah, these mean something totally different, it would seem. I wonder if any of these are images that we would see on the blue tube, you know? Not sure. I don't know if we're going to make any huge progress tonight. I wonder if there's anything else that I can just like check on, you know? Any quick locations to hit up. Do any of these things look familiar? I mean, Vritra, that I'm pretty sure that's Vritra, right? Weird snake. Looks a bit like this. But that was in Valhalla. Not in the middle top. Or actually, no, you know what? Maybe it's Nidhogg. That would make a lot of sense, because that's where we fought Nidhogg originally. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And then over here, is that supposed to be Kujata? Is that the... I don't think that's a cow. But I could be wrong. It would sort of line up. And then Snake Lady would be... Yeah, no, Jormungand was down here, and none of these look like Jormungand. Maybe that's Vritra? Can't really tell. Yeah, that's a good idea. Turn on. Let's do that. And that was just the bottom of hell. Let's go. Let's go back to hell. One more time with feeling. And we are without it, right? Yes, we are without it. Boip. Oh, almost got evaporated. Hip. We got it. Do you have anything new to say to us? No. We know all about this. I don't know. I don't know where that one is. If we already found that or not. Oh yeah, right, this person. That's who you're talking about. There we go. All right, we did it. And we're even down a few HP, so we'll have something to do when we come back to this on Thursday. What a journey it's been. We did it. We solved at least part of the Bromputer, which I'm very happy about. And we did it together. Your patience, your beaming those ideas right into my head, like, for instance, whack it with your knife, idiot. It eventually worked, you know? Is Author Blues up and moving? I wonder. My Stream Deck is not finding the stuff. Auth, what you up to? You are playing more Art of Balance. Sick. Let's go over there and hang out. Watch some Art of Balance. What's the raid message? Brahma, maybe? Let's do that. Thanks, Cynical Sandel. I appreciate it. I'm proud of you. So, yeah, I think everything's on schedule for Thursday to happen. So, oh, right. If you have not yet wishlisted Dungeon Gals by our own Dork Dream, then do so. If someone's got the link still in their, what do you call it? Clipboard. Throw it on in there. And buy a copy tomorrow. Tell all your friends. It's going to be great. So take care, everybody. Have a little treat. We'll see you on Thursday, okay? Thanks. Bye-bye.